What is up? What is up, guys? Just so you know, I've tried to start this vlog twice. What are you doing, Sue? Um, so I bought some tickets to go to a Jelly Roll concert, and you guys are going to meet this person that I'm going to be taking to the concert at some point on this channel, in this vlog, or, well, yeah, in this vlog, not an or. But I thought I would go ahead and start it, even though it's not until a couple months from now. But this is the intro to it. So, yeah. I want to tell you my version of these events, and then we'll let her tell you. So I got a girlfriend. Never thought that'd happen. We worked together, and at one point she knew I had a crush on her. She knew for the longest time, but she was dating somebody, and I just kind of dropped it, and then she got mad about someone I was dating, and then some time passed. Penny, get out from under there. You're not. No, Penny. Anyways, she dated some people. I dated a couple people, and then we both kind of swore off dating because of the events during those times. And me personally, I didn't really consider the two that happened a relationship. Well, right before Valentine's Day, probably a week or two before Valentine's Day, I was joking about having money because I don't really spend much money. My money goes towards rent and then data. That's all the bills I have. Luckily, that's all I have. I'm grateful for it and stuff like that. But so we're talking, and me and a buddy were joking about me being a secret millionaire that worked at Taco Bell. We're just like for giggles. Sadly, I'm not a millionaire. And she overheard it, and I was kind of teasing her, saying I have all this money but nobody spend it all for Valentine's Day, because me and her have been close for 2 years now as friends, even if we had a little period where we didn't talk to each other. Now my guy that I was working with, he's like, why don't you just ask her out for Valentine's Day? So I asked her out for Valentine's Day, and then she said, I'll think about it. Well, a week went by, and I said, hey, did you think about it? She goes, yeah, I'll let you. We were going to go on a date, but we both had to work. Schedules didn't work out, so we just got each other candy. She didn't give me anything, or end up giving me anything, but I got her some stuff that she liked, and she loved everything I got her. She loves FNAF, and she's actually, even though I don't think she knows this, but she is the reason I got into FNAF. Like, I played the games when I was little, but not like a bunch. Like, I played the demos they had from the store. But like the lore and stuff is all because of her. I learned it because it was something she liked, and that was before all this stuff happened. So yeah, we got her that. Anyways, I forgot where we were, but we started dating, and now everybody, of course, at work is slowly finding out. It took our boss the longest. He figured out first. Because people have teased her and I about for 2 years. Several bosses have teased us. The boss we currently have, co-workers that no longer work there, and everybody's actually happy that we're, of course, finally dating. But I want to talk about kind of like why I never thought I'd date. So I don't really touch on this much because I just don't like bringing it up. My lungs are very bad. So I got like so much percentage scar tissue on my, where your air travels through your lungs and stuff like that from having pneumonia several times. Plus, when I had like a very early case of COVID, and it was mixed with testicular torsion, if I could say that on YouTube. If you don't know what it is, look it up. I'm not saying what it is. And that made me, when I got sick, I was at like 130 pounds, and then I dropped down to 70 in a week, and I thought I was going to die. So I kind of made peace with not having a girlfriend, dying with my V card, stuff like that. So I never expected any of this to happen. So me and her are, like, we've had a couple dates, of course, but like our first big date is going to be this Jelly Roll concert. She's a big fan of Jelly Roll. Me, I like his older stuff before he went, country, but not country, because he's always kind of done country in a sense, but like with the guess, country music. Like, I like some of the stuff, and then all this stuff that's coming out, and it is just so weird because Upchurch brought it up a few years ago, and then it just kind of like resurfaced for some reason, and it's just weird in my opinion. But I will go listen to, like, I'll listen to a couple of his newer songs. I have part of Beautifully Broken, I think is what album it was. I have parts of that on my phone, like music wise, that I listen to at least once a week. So yeah, and I've shown her some of Jelly Roll's older stuff, and she doesn't like rap, but she gets a giggle out of how like vulgar Jelly Roll used to be. So yeah, so here is her event, our version of the events of us getting together. Then we'll cut to the concert when we go. Hey guys, tomorrow is the Jelly Roll concert. Now, there's one thing I'm coming kind of into a problem with. I have barely listened to most of his stuff since he like blew up. Nothing against Jelly Roll, but this is the Jelly Roll I listen to. Now, that compared to what my girlfriend listens to, which is everything probably since A Beautiful Disaster, I think is which album it was, because I know there's the Broken one, maybe Whitsitt Chapel, if that's what it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like somewhere in there is probably when she started listening to him. Back when I started listening to him was like around, I want to say Therapeutic Music, maybe Biggest Loser. Like that's the era of Jelly Roll I grew up on. No, and I didn't even, like, funny story about this, because this isn't really what the vlog's about per se. Like, yeah, we're going to a Jelly Roll concert, but so we are, well, I was little, my cousins, well, step cousins, were listening to it, and they got my dad hooked on it, and then we started listening to Jelly Roll, and that's just kind of how it went. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we go to walk to her mother's house to see her dog. Well, guys, getting ready to leave, and as you can see, I'm wearing a different hat besides Taco Bell hat, because it's Timothy's hat, and he's letting me wear it. I had to shave. That looks so funny because I shaved. It looks like I got elf ears at the moment. I'm kind of mad about that. But besides that, we're going. I think I missed a couple spots. I gotta go fix real quick. But, like, yeah, and Penny's inside yelling. Hey, guys. Smokey here. We're going to talk about a couple things, because this is for the Jelly Roll vlog. So it's been about a week since we went to it, because today is Friday and it was last Friday. I enjoyed it, although there's so much crazy stuff that happened in between. So yeah, the day we went to the concert, we went and seen my girlfriend's mom, because her dog was going blind and she wanted to go see him. So we went down there for a bit, and her mom she hated that we were going because she was jealous. Not actual hate, just jealousy. But she loved that we were wearing these shirts from Walmart, because somebody wasn't buying merch because it's too expensive. But that's besides the point. The people I went with bought merch. My girlfriend bought a couple shirts. I just didn't buy anything. But I did spend more money than the person we went with, so yeah. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. So we get to Indy, because that's the one we went to, was in Indianapolis. It was the closest one to us. We get lost trying to find our hotel, because Indianapolis is not like big, but it's big, and none of us are real familiar with it. So we're going around Indy, watch a man who was probably on something try to sneak across the highway and then yell at people because they were slowing down for him, which was real funny to watch. We get to our hotel. Our hotel's nice. They were having a few issues with their like Wi-Fi and my card and stuff for some reason. The first time my card was locked. That one was on me. But the second time it took it like, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes before it took the second charge off. Like, we were clear at the concert by the time the second charge finally went through on my phone. We got our stuff to our hotel room. Nice little rooms. So they had a little living room. They had, of course, the bathroom and the beds were off at the end. Neither of them, the two people I was with, because we got two rooms, one for me and my girlfriend, one for the driver, or as she was calling her, our DD. Neither of them had been in a hotel room that had a living room. Also, our phone was on the floor. There was like no table for the phone. Apparently, it's supposed to be on the couch arm, but there's a little coffee table it could be on. You might just trip over the cord if you're not careful. But then we went to get in the elevator again. The elevator was kind of sketchy. It was really funny. It was going up and down, like up and down. It just kept going from the first floor to the third floor because it was only a 3-floor hotel. But it was really funny. Let's get to the concert. The concert's the fun part. We get there. There's a decent amount of people there. I didn't vlog a lot of it because, one, that's a lot of people to vote. Like, you know, you're not asking everybody for permission, and I'm sure nobody wants to really be like around the camera, especially with how some of the degenerates act nowadays. And then we get up to our seats after going up 2 rows of escalators that gave me a panic attack by the time I got to my seat. That was real fun. My heart rate was really high. I should have worn my watch, and I would have been able to give you guys a picture of what it was if I would have measured it. Concert was already going on when we got there. They kept changing the date, or not the date, but the time. So by the time we got there, it was already going. And here's a couple clips. I'll put which songs they are, and I don't know if I'll have to mute them or not because it is a live show. So these are what I put on Snapchat, and then also there will be a picture of me and my girlfriend if she okays the picture being in this, because I don't want to just put her everywhere. Okay? And she doesn't like having her picture taken. I thought she was going to kill me for taking her picture and sending it to her sister. That way her sister could see we made it there safely and that she was the joy of the concert. But she was grooving around to the concert too. I'm sitting there trying to calm down. She's just dancing along to every song. By the time I finally got calmed down, I got to a place where I could look around because we were up really high. I could see the whole stage. And every time I'd look away from the jumbo screens, it would I would start getting dizzy and stuff. So we stayed until Jelly Roll was done, and then like 90% of the people left, bought merch, and literally left the premises before Post Malone came out. He came out once or twice during Jelly stuff, and then yeah. Also, I saw the drama that was going on like a day or two after the concert, and we were all just like, what the fuck? Because he was just talking about her, and I know they were trying to keep on the hush hush until they couldn't, obviously, but it was kind of funny. We had a good time, and we didn't drink there because obviously the drinks were expensive, so we were being reasonable adults. Went and bought a couple of 12 packs of Smirnoffs and went back to the hotel and had fun. It was an interesting time, but we enjoyed the concert. Probably not going to go back to Indianapolis. I think the next trip they were talking about taking was to Sky Zone, and my brother goes, "Your girl break," and I was like, but then I could sue him and just make it like a joke about it, because I'm not going to sue if I break something. That's on me. I think I've been to Sky Zone like once when I was little, but this was my first concert since I went to Jackal at like between 5 and 10 years old. My mom says I was older than 5, but the picture that's on my aunt's Facebook from when we went, I look like I was like 5 years old. So yeah, the concert was fun. I'll get a clip of my girlfriend next time we hang out, which will probably be Tuesday if we do Tuesday. That's our day off that we both have together, so we kind of just hang out a little bit those days, obviously. Then we're doing something for my birthday, I do believe. That's it. I gotta go let Penny out and make some videos on her channel because Penny hasn't had a video in a while, so yeah, peace.